Hey everyone, working on this 17 Jeep Grand Cherokee 3.6. I'm changing out the ignition push button basically. It is a keyless entry. It has a a remote and then a push button start. Here's the new switch. Now I already have the power disconnected. In case you're wondering about the power, if you push the seat completely forward like this. So if you go back behind the passenger seat, you'll see this plate right here. It says VIN on it. If you lift that up on just the back side right here, then you'll see the batteries back there. Right there is the negative cable, and then if you look right up there, that's the negative of the big battery. Just take the 10mm socket and take those off, disconnect them both, and that way you don't accidentally hit the push button or anything whenever you're trying to replace it. But basically the switch is right here. You got to take it this little panel off, which you got to take this little fascia piece off, and then you have to disconnect down here, get this little ring off, or this beauty panel off right there, and then I think there's 2 screws or something back behind here that you have to pop out in order to get that out. So we'll go ahead and show you how to do that. So go ahead, if you have your little compartment right here, your little storage compartment, open that up right here, open it up, and then that way you can get your hands underneath the bottom right here. Okay, so once you get your hands underneath the bottom, just pull out slightly, which if you've spilt soda and stuff on there, it's going to be hard to pull out, but just keep pulling until you get it out. All right, so let's see. Oh, man. In fact, I think this one, okay, so I got them all out, but you can see this is a little plastic retainer. A lot of them popped off. A lot of them might crack, but that's the only way that you can get it off. And if you come right back here, just squeeze this little tab off and pull that out. I'm gonna flip this out upside down, and you can see like this tab, this one, this one, this one, this one, and this one all popped off. So they went down in there somewhere. They might be back down in there. You really need to find them and put them back on here so your dash doesn't jiggle. But if you have the majority of them on here, you might not notice it. It's kind of hard to retrieve them, especially whenever they go down in there. Let me see if I can show you a picture. All the way down there. So I was able to recover 3 clips. I had to actually pop the panel off down here. It's the same thing. It's just got pull clips on there. So if you pull on the panel, I found 3 of them right there. And then you'll just have to push this back in and snap it back. If you can't find them, you might want to get some from the parts store. But sometimes those things there, they're really hard to match up. Okay, so here's one of the bolts that I was talking about that you're gonna have to remove in order to get that out. There's another one sticking right back here, so we're gonna go ahead and work on getting that panel off over there. So on this next panel, I usually get my hands back behind, like right here, and try to pull on it. Once you get it started, it normally starts coming out. Let me see if I can tug on it. Okay, so you can see how that popped out. So go ahead and just pop that thing out all the way around. Let's see if I can position the camera so that you can get a good view. Okay, so just pull this back. You don't want to pull back too hard because you don't want to rip the material or scratch it up or anything right there. Okay, so now once you get that little panel back, you'll be able to see the screws holding it. There's one right here and then one right here. They're 7mm or like 5/16. So go ahead and get your socket and take those out. Get this one over here loose. I know some of my videos, what I'm looking at on my screen, and whenever I get finished with the videos, a lot of times it looks different after I upload it, and I'm not real for sure why. Some of my videos I was looking at looked like it was like a really up close picture, but what I'm looking through whenever I'm videotaping doesn't really look that up close, so I apologize if it's an up close picture or not good enough for you, but go ahead and take that one out, and then loosen this one up some more. Wrong way. So once you get it loose enough, you can do it by hand. Once you get that out, then you should be able to pull this on out, but it does have clips back behind there, so you kind of have to tug on it a little bit. There we go. And so we lost one fastener there. I don't know if it went down, and I'll have to look for it and see where it went. Okay, so once you get that out, go ahead and take the electrical connector, which is right here, just has a little push clip again, a little push connector. Go ahead and push that and disconnect it, and this comes completely off. Then whenever you look right back here, you'll see 2 torque screws right here, and you'll have to get the right torque bit. Let me go find which one it is. Okay, so I got a T10 torque bit. That's what fit it. Really tiny. Well, not like super tiny, but still tiny. So you want to loosen up those little screws. It's kind of weird how they put it in there, because it looks like, you know, whenever you look at the new one, you see these tabs, so it makes you think you're pushing it in from the outside. But if you look at the ring right here, the ring that's on the inside won't clear it, so you can kind of see from the new one, whenever you're looking at it, that that this part right here is back behind the panel. So go ahead and take these screws out right here. Once you get them started, they're so tiny. Be careful if you drop it, especially if you're over there by the dash. Then you're going to probably be searching for it for a while, because it's so small of a screw. So put that in a safe place so you don't lose it. And then go ahead and take the other one out. Okay, put that one in a safe place so you don't lose it. Now this will separate right off just like that. Okay, so now you'll take these tabs and push them down slightly to move the ring off, just like that. So just slide that off right there, all the way out to the end, and then turn around, take your new one. As you can see, I'm doing it all in one process. Slide it right back in, all the way up, clip it in. You're already ready to put it back into the ignition hole. Just like that. So slide it back up, and just start reinserting your screws. Be careful again whenever you're putting it in, so you don't drop your screw. Get it started with your hand, and then after you get it started with your hand, then take your socket, screw it in. It's really not that hard to do this. Pretty much I think anyone should be able to do it. The thing is that whenever you take it apart, it's going to sound like you're breaking everything, and you may break it. Plastic gets brittle whenever it gets old, but that's how it comes apart, by pulling. So if you break it, it's not going to be it's not really your fault if you break it. It's just that the piece got weak or brittle or whatever, and it breaks. Now you could take it off at an angle or something, which may cause it to put more stress on there and break it, but don't blame yourself if you break a lot of the fasteners or lose them. Like, I can't find this one. It went down in the dash somewhere as I pulled it out. So I mean, of course I'm not going to rip the whole dash apart to try to find it, because it's got mounts on the outside and it's got 2 left there. So I might run to the part store and try to get it, because I looked down back behind the dash whenever I paused the camera earlier, and I never could find them. Okay, now whenever you get these down to the bottom, you do not want to crank down on these. They don't take that much torque at all. Just barely snug them. I'm not sure what the factory rating is on them. If you snug them down too tight, you're going to break the plastic down here, or you're going to strip it out of the hole. So do not torque it down. So once you get this far, it's pretty much reverse process. You just take your wire, clip your wire back up to it, go right back into its position, slide it back in its slot. Pop that in. Now you're going to put your 2 screws in there. Your trim panel piece, push that back up around the steering wheel. Then connect your AC controls and slide that panel back on. It's pretty simple. So anyways, I hope that helped someone out today. It's a really simple process. If you haven't already, please hit the subscribe button for me. Like it, share it. Let me know what you think about it in the comments below. Stay tuned for more videos, and I'll see you in the next one. Thanks for watching again, everyone. Oh, and I forgot to mention that whenever you get done, you know, putting all your panels together, be sure you go back underneath your battery tray and reconnect your batteries, because you need to have battery power. So reconnect your batteries, get that covered, and get your seat back together, and you'll be all done.